Good morning, all of you. I am Vibhuti CP from KJ Somaya College, Kopargaon, Chemistry Department. I am going to teach you the agrochemicals, industrial chemistry, TYC class. Let's start our topic, slow release pesticide formulation. It means whenever we use these pesticides on the plant or the crop, it releases slowly to the plant and benefits to the plant. Here, these slow release pesticides which release 1 to 2% per day whenever we apply these pesticides, and that's why it is very beneficial pesticides. Let me learn to prepare and to know something about the polylactic acid, that is PLA. Here this PLA, that is polylactic acid, is a biodegradable. That means it can be degrades naturally. It is a thermoplastic and can be produced from sources from cornstarch and the sugarcane. This PLA is synthesized to the condensation polymerization of a lactic acid, and also it can be prepared from a opening of polymerization of lactide, opening of polymerization of the lactide to produce polylactide, and then this polylactide which is get converted to the PLA. Properties, here the first property is this is highly crystalline. Second one, that is having a melting point 150 degrees Celsius, and this compound glass transition temperature is between the 60 to 65 degrees Celsius. Let me learn the synthesis of a polylactic acid. It can be prepared from the number of monomers of lactic acid which on condensation, removing a water molecule, we get the m number of, here the m number of polylactic acids. Here this also prepared from the another method, that is this lactic acid get converted to the lactide oligomer. This lactide oligomer which is on depolymerization, there is a formation of the ring, and this ring which on open, there is a formation of the PLA. Here whenever we apply this PLA on the crop or the plant, then what happen, this PLA which stop the reaction and they get closed, and there is a formation of the ring structure, and then this ring structure on the depolymerization, there is a formation of the lactide oligomer, and then again we get the lactic acid, and which is harmless to the plant and also the soil, and that's why here this process is a biodegradable process. Let me learn the preparation of the polylactic acids, how it is help to the plant. Here this monomer of the DL lactic acid was prepared from the DL lactic acid and polymerized to a pure form to get the high molecular weight of the PLA. This PLA resulting PLA then after powdered and mixed to the urea. Remember that here this is the PLA formulation. Last lecture we learned about the formulation which stabilizes our active ingredients, that is called as a pesticide formulation, and here this PLA is a formulated compound. This is the additives, not the active ingredient. Here our active ingredient is what, the urea. Our active ingredient is urea. First of all, here we are going to prepare the PLA by the condensation process. Then there is a formation of the high molecular weight or the polymer compounds. This polymer compounds then it's goes to the powder form and mix with the urea. After that, there is a formation of the matrix, and this matrix which is compressed by using a molder, then it is compressed to the temperature 130 degrees Celsius, and there is a formation of a pellets. There is a formation of what? Pellets. Here these are the pellets, and then what happened, this resulting pellets have the size 2 mm cylinder and 2 mm millimeter diameter. This pellet which contains the 25% by the weight of the urea. After an initial burst of the urea in the influent, whenever we apply this formulated urea into the crop on the soil, then what happened, the polymer is evidently slowly biodegrades and release the urea at a very slow level, even the rate of approximately 0.5 to 1% day of the total urea. That's why here it is very beneficial. How it is beneficial? Because per day whenever we apply this pesticide, all the pesticide not utilized in one day. It is utilized only 0.5 to 1% per day, and that's why whenever you apply this urea, formulated urea, you doesn't need to apply it every day. Whenever you apply it here, you can apply after 1 month. Okay, this is the benefits of this formulated urea. Here, what is the advantage of this PLA? This PLA is eco-friendly. That means what? This polymer is degrades to a natural material. Whenever it is degrade means what? It get converted, or it is break to a simple form. That means it is biodegrade by the hydrolysis process, and we get the lactic acid, CO2 and the water, and all these compounds are the harmless. Next application, it has a good biocompatibility, especially in a biomedical application. Next is that it has a better thermal processability than most biopolymer. It is a thermally stable. Thermal processability, that means it is thermally stable. Its production saves the energy at such a reduces the cost. This production saves the energy, that's why here the cost is reduces. Why? Because whenever we apply this compound here, we doesn't need to apply every times, we doesn't need to apply every day, and that's why their cost is going to reduced. But it had some limitations. The limitations are here, its toughness is poor. That means what? Here per day it is applied only 0.5 to 1%, and that's why what happened, if this plant require the maximum amount of the urea, they can't give that of the urea, and that's why here their toughness becomes very poor. This is the hydrophobic. That means it is a water hating compound, that means it does not dissolve in the water. And next is what? It is chemically inactive and such a difficult to modify. This is an inactive compound, and that's why we can't modify this compound. Next is what? Here this is all about what? PLA, that is what? Pesticide formulated compound, that is slow release pesticide compound. The name of that compound is the PLA, polylactic acid. Next we are going to the next topic, that is the storage stability test. Here this is very important. Whenever you buy pesticides or the hormone regulators, that time you does not use all these compound or these pesticides in one day. You need to store it. Okay, and that's why here for the storing of these pesticides, we need to stabilize this compound. And here if this compound is stabilized, then only you can store it for a longer period, and that's why here we are going to learn the storage stability test. Here the plant protection product and the biocidal product are designated to be unchanged when stored for a period of a time. And this guidance document describe a general storage stability requirements. There are three principal type of the storage stability study. First, that is accelerated storage stability test. Next, accelerated, that is to begin move quickly, to quickly store stability test. Second one, that is the ambient storage stability test, that is the facilities offer dry, clean, well ventilated storage. Ambient storage stability, that means here this test which offered the dry, clean, well ventilated storage at the room temperature, which is the range of 15 to 25 degrees Celsius. That means at the normal temperature this pesticides or the hormones which is stored. Next is low temperature storage stability test. We learn one by one. Let we learn the first, that is accelerated storage stability test. In that, the accelerated storage data can be used to provide an identification that the product will be stable for at least 2-year ambient temperature. Ambient temperature, that is a proper temperature. The area you can use for storing of your product, that is the pesticides and the hormones, that area must be clean, dry, well ventilated and maintains the proper temperature. At this temperature our product must be stored at least 2 years. This is the accelerated storage stability test we has to test. Next, that is the WHO pesticide specification manual recommends. WHO, that is a World Health Organization, who prepare a manual for qualifying active substance before and after accelerated storage at one of the 6 temperature. This accelerated storage has to maintain our product one of the 6 temperature, and also the time regimes provided in CIPAC MT 46.3. At the MT 46.3, that means the storage must be to the temperature of 54 plus minus 2 degrees Celsius. That means whenever you store this compound, the area having the temperature about 54 plus minus 2 degree Celsius. And CIPAC, it is the agency which having the long form Collaborative International Pesticides Analytical Council Limited. These are the agency which accelerate this data, okay, which made this rule. Next is what the WHO manual consider the accelerated testing as indicative of a product stability, indicative of the product stability at least 2-year. Product stability must be what? The 2-year at 25 degree stable. That means WHO prepare a manual according to must be stabilized at least 2-year at the temperature of 25 degree Celsius. Next is what the MT 46.3 specifies a glass container or the any container, suitable container for the accelerated testing. That means the container which we use for the storing of the pesticides, which is also accelerated. It is no humidity specification for the 46.3. Next is what the ambient storage stability test. Here it includes the ambient temperature, that is the 20 degree Celsius, 25 degree Celsius and the 30 degree Celsius, and the actual warehouse temperature, that is go down temperature, depending on the expected climate for the product. That means where you store that pesticides that having a temperature about 20 degree, 25 degree and the 30 degree, and also that warehouse or the go down temperature. This temperature always depending on the expected climate for the product. उस प्रोडक्ट को कौन सा क्लाइमेट चाहिए उसके अकॉर्डिंग ही आपको उस वेयर हाउस का टेम्परेचर क्या करना है, मेंटेन करना है. नेक्स्ट इज इट इज इम्पॉर्टेंट टू चेक what you have to check the packaging remain suitable for the trade after storage. Next is it is important to report any apparent corrosion, leakage and the closure of the material packaging during and after the storage. During storage and after storage, here you have to report the corrosion, leakage and the closure. Next is what this testing interval are typically 3 months for the first year and then every 6 or 6 to 12 months thereafter. And the last point of the storage test is low temperature stability test for a liquid formulation. Here US EPA and the PMRA, these two are the agency having the long form. US EPA, that is United States Environmental Protection Agency, and PMRA having the long form Pest Management Regulatory Act, which is from Canada, having a rule. According to them, do not require low temperature stability testing. That means according to that agency, that is US EPA and the PMRA, that doesn't require the low temperature stability test. And the another agency, that is what EU and APVMA. EU means European Unions and APVMA, that is Australian Pesticides and Veterinary Medicine Authority, requires that low temperature stability. That means according to the USEP and PMRA, they doesn't require the low temperature stability testing, but according to the EU and EPVMA requires the low temperature stability. For what? For the liquid formulation. For liquid formulation. For the solid formulation, there should be no loss of granules integrity and cacking of the storage. Cacking means dry. That means whenever you store that solid compound, it doesn't becomes a solid substances. Okay, that is the cacking of storage of the flexible pack. Here the flexible packaging should remain stable. Next is the stacking pressure applied should be typical of those in commercial practice and fully justified. Stacking pressure, that is air movement caused by the thermal difference. If the temperature is changes, it should not applied should be the stacking pressure should be typical of those in the commercial practice and the fully justified. This is all about what the temperature stability test. Okay, thank you for listening my lecture. Next time we learn about some pesticides, their preparation, properties and the uses. Thank you for attending lecture.